Hello, all. It is I, the Hood Dolly Mama. Welcome to my page, channel, depending on where you find me. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, or follow again, depending on where you find me. Remember that all of my messages are downloads, so they are sporadic. Take what resonates, leave what does not, jumping right in. Pleasure principle. You have a right to do what you desire. You have a right to do what you like. You have a right to do what brings you joy. If you feel good, do that. If you want to pursue something or have an effort towards something, pursue that. Don't let anyone keep you from doing what brings you joy. The amount of energy you put in is the product that you get out. Always remember that. What you put in is what you get out. So go 100%. For many of you, you have been putting forth a lot of effort into what you're doing, working on, working out, whatever, and it's showing. So good job. Keep up the good work. With that, I do want to say that there are some individuals who feel like you owe them. This is going back to that energy where I was talking about, like when you grow and you elevate and you change, and people feel like when that happens, like, oh, you're too different, or because you've changed, you're not relatable anymore. But that's the whole point of living, is growing. And for many of you, sorry for the background noise. For many of you, you have been telling people this. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for me to grow. It's okay for me to have a different way of looking at things or feeling about things. That doesn't mean I don't love you, or that doesn't mean I'm not cool with you anymore. It just means that I'm growing, okay? And I feel like you have had to explain this way too many times on way too many occasions. Um, as the dust settles, the real friends remain. So for some of you, like, you used to be the type to have like a lot of friends, or like a very big friend circle. Half those people weren't really your friends. Like, a lot of those people were just riding your coattail, okay? And so you have to be able to determine who's really for you and who's not really for you. You have to be able to determine who's really a friend and who's not really a friend. And also beware of, like, I'm not gonna say beware of new people, but beware of the motives of individuals that you don't know. But really, be aware of the motives of anyone. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're trotting or charting into new territory. Okay, so for some of you, I heard like a game. I heard gang. But like a sport, you could play a sport. Maybe you're new to this sport, and you're playing amongst people that have been playing for a while, and they already are like clicked up, and they have their friend groups already, and so you're kind of an outcast or an outsider in that friend group. And you know, you got to kind of navigate to find out who's for you and who's not for you. That's the energy I'm getting, like a large group of people, and a lot of them are already clicked up or in communication with one another, and so you have to determine where you belong in that group. Um, I did get money making Mitch. So for some of you, you have like a mentor or someone like that. Maybe like they were like responsible. That goes back into sports, right? So maybe you play a sport, or maybe you are a professional athlete and you come across this video, and you have a mentor or like a coach, and this person was a pivotal part of an intricate part in your becoming good at what you play. So if that's basketball, this was your basketball coach, but it was like your basketball coach in high school, or like your basketball coach in college or something like that. And this coach is, they have their eye on you, but unfortunately it's not for good reasons. And we hear a lot of stories where, people are in the process of getting ready to take off in some type of way, and then someone from their past who they didn't even know was keeping up with them, like, shows up at their house and like unalives them or something. Like, it happens all the time. But whoever this person is, you have some type of mentor or leader or coach, something like that. And this person, they helped you to get to where you are, but you didn't just stop at like the lowest level. You kept excelling, kept excelling, kept excelling. And I feel like it's kind of like that line when Kendrick Lamar says, I used to wear my, how he said it, I used to rock my whatever chain proud. The irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. So you went from being, this individual who looked up to this coach or who looked up to this mentor, and then you ended up excelling past that individual. And so maybe they only played college ball, and now you've gotten a contract to play pro. And so they're jealous of that because they didn't get to play pro, right? Even if that was their goal, um, they didn't go that far, and so they're upset with you because you did. Um, I heard. I don't know the girl's name. She's really pretty though. I've seen the album cover. I don't know her name though. But that song, "That's Not My Problem," that's just not my problem. And I feel like if you guys know the story of Selena and how Selena, she went to go confront her killer before she was unalive because she wanted to find out, like, why are you taking my money? Because this woman was stealing from her. And so she went to her like, hey, like, I gotta let you go because you're stealing. And instead of just taking the L and losing her job, she unalived Selena, right? And I feel like this person could want you to potentially confront them so that they'll have a reason for doing something to harm you. And you're not doing that. You're just looking at it like, that's not my problem. That's a personal problem. Like, if you have a problem with me for doing the work and for excelling and for taking what you taught me and actually applying it, because I'm getting something where it's like this is like a Coach Carter type of individual. He taught a lot of people a lot of different things. And there were people on the team that became athletes. There were people on the team that became doctors because they realized basketball, football wasn't their thing. I don't know why I'm harboring on this, but it's just an example to whoever needs to hear it. You have a mentor that was responsible for getting you through some type of academia or athletics, and you surpassed them, and now they're like mad at you for it, and it's not your fault. It's really not your problem. um Gear up. Okay, it's time to gear up. When I heard this one, it kind of gave me like the whole like suspicions of war and stuff and like the drafts and stuff like that. I'm not saying that like any of you guys are going to be drafted. I'm just saying like it's like the energy of like gear up and like be ready. And it could be spirit just saying like get ready for like this person, especially if they are in a mind frame where they feel like they want a confrontation with you, a confrontation that could potentially become violent. You need to be aware of that, and you need to be aware of your surroundings as well, especially if it resonates. Um, you have to come closer. It's like your spirit team wants you to come closer, whether that's via prayer, meditation, journaling. It could just be sitting alone in complete silence. That's a form of meditation. But you need to like remove some of the busyness because you're way too busy and you're missing out on connection and time alone with your spirit team. And they have so much that they want to talk to you about. um, Also, just keep in mind that as you're going higher, you will still be met with opposition, but you learn how to navigate it better. And that applies to the athleticism aspect as well. If you're an athlete, you know this. The harder you train, the more difficult it gets. But at the same time, the muscle memory allows it to become even easier. So don't get discouraged, don't give up, and don't let your opposition, whoever this person or people are that wants to see you down now that you're soaring, right? Don't let them get to you because you're going to succeed regardless. Remember that spirit loves you, I love you, and I am the Hood Darling Mama, and I'm